Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. In this easy tutorial for beginners, I will show you my method how to shade a realistic eye. Before watching this tutorial, I recommend to watch my previous video on drawing the basic outlines of an eye to get the right proportions. In this video, I will be using a smooth bristol paper, graphite pencils, namely HB, 2B, 4B and 6B pencil, and soft paintbrush and blending stump for blending. I always start with shading the iris. To do so, we have to pay attention to the light. Find out where the light is coming from to define the lights and shadows. Remember that iris, which is the beautiful colored part, is covered by a transparent cornea, which is a convex form. It is also important to know that the light reflection is usually on the dark side of the iris. I start with the basic shading. I used to shade gradually from the lightest values to the darker ones. I use HB or F pencil to create the first light layer as a base for further shading, and I blend it with a soft paintbrush. In order to add some depth to the eye, I used to add some shadows. I used 2B pencil to add a little bit darker value. In this case, the light is coming from the top, so the shadows lies under the upper eyelid. Now I'm using 4B pencil to darken the shadow under the lid, and then I add dark ring on the edge of the iris. I blend all the iris with a blending stump to get a smoother result. When I'm done with lights and shadows of the iris, I fill the pupil using soft pencil, mostly HB or 6B. While shading the pupil, be careful not to draw over the light reflection because the dark part is not easy to erase. Now we can add some structural spokes going from the center of the iris. Actually, every eye has a different structure, so please look at the reference photo to get the right composition. Once we're done with the shading of the iris, we can start with shading the eyeball. Remember that the eyeball is never fully white, so we should add some light shading in order to achieve some roundness. As the light is coming from the top, I create a darker shading under the upper eyelid, in the corners, and also in the place where the eyeball touches the waterline. Also, the tear duct has a round shape, so we need to add some shadows also into this area. Now I start with shading skin. I use HB or F pencil to create basic light shading. Again, in order to create illusion of 3D form, we need to pay attention to the light to see what parts of the eyelids are lying in shadows. I usually use 2B pencil to shade the darker parts, and I create the value I need in more soft layers. Each layer is blended with a soft paintbrush. In the end, I draw the eyelashes. I'm planning to make a special video on how to draw the eyelashes, so I will explain it here only generally. At first, I use HB pencil. Be careful to keep your pencil sharp or use a mechanical pencil to create thin lines. Natural eyelashes are usually slightly curved. They're also grouping, overlapping, and they're of various length. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you. Make sure you subscribe my channel to see other tutorials which are coming, and see you next time.